The Declaration of Independence, version 2.0, August 17th, 2016, by Robert Winkler Burke, that's me, of Reno, Nevada. Introduction. The future, it has been said, is ours to choose. This declaration outlines reasons we as citizens of the United States, in a world facing universal decline and increasingly onerous, distasteful, and unlawful powers of big government, shall identify two worldviews which enslave and one worldview offering liberty. We shall then disavow the two enslaving worldviews and allege ourselves to liberty. Why? When, in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitled them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. If a person nowadays were to run for Congress, he or she would typically be a Democrat or a Republican. In either case, such person would be approached by their respective party leaders and made an offer. Your party will support you if you promise to vote as your party leader says. If not, not. Most people in Congress agree with their party leaders, get election funds, and obtain for themselves friendly staying power. What does this mean for we, the people of the United States? To answer this question, we must briefly inspect each party. The Democrats strongly believe in a thing called progressivism, a cause in enmity against republic notions that man is unfixable and flawed with self-interest, so that governance must be of the republic style, where power checks power, so that leaders don't tyrannize when power corrupts, so that constitutional governing checks that power. Progressivism is based upon the Hegel lie, or the Hegel rube maker. No proposition can be proved true, and the lie all tyrants love, morals are relative. What about Republicans? They are the party which acquiesces always to this same progressivism. They are troglodyte lights as opposed to their Democrat friends who are troglodyte heavies. This, then, is the reason our nation, and indeed the world, is become corrupt, crooked, in full-blown decline, and sad in so many societal measurements. We elect sham leaders who do prog enslavement bidding always. Preamble. Nevertheless, all true Americans, all true sons and daughters of liberty know this. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive to these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes, and accordingly all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty, to throw off such government and provide new guards for their future security. Argument of indictment. Are we the people too stupid, too gelded, too lazy, too greedy, too fearful, too cowed, too sheared, too penned, and corralled like sheep too ready for the elite social final solution gas chamber. No, we are Americans, and that means something. It means we can say no to elite progressive decline, mayhem, and managed necromancy. So we now decide to say to progressive and even tribal enslavement, no. And we say it with full determination, overwhelming certainty, and absolute resolve. We say no to progressive leadership, and even more important, extirpate public-funded progressive education. This so-called education is not but brainwashing. If our muscular opposition creates a zombie apocalypse to end all zombie apocalypses, then so be it. Exaggeration? Prog Ed eats brains and graduates ghouls. If this Democrat and Republican progressive cabal, hiding under the excrement philosophy of Hegel's no proposition can be proved true, and the risible morals are relative, if they, this cabal, refuses to defund Prog Ed and K-12 university, law, journalism, film, LEO, meaning law enforcement officer, military schools and such, if this bizarro reverse of good cabal refuses to fund our public education with clean, enduring, and ameliorative Western enlightenment, then on this point, on this foundational point, worth fighting and dying for, we will gladly fight whatever fight it takes to win, and we shall win. Now, all sane men and women's prayers are that there will be no bloodshed over this matter of eternal enslavement versus eternal liberty. We, the people, we, the liberty lovers, are being open, honest, and honorable with God and man. You, the defenders of Prog insanity, Prog decline, and Prog endless mayhem, have never been honest. No amount of program failure causes you to abandon the decline-making Prog methodology. Instead, you and your leaders always pile on more insane Prog memes and lines and ways until all is made worse. You, of the Prog, you changed the education system of America, and you changed the fabric of this nation. Once unified, dignified, a hope for mankind to live in peace. Strong enough, kind enough, good enough to get any good job done and done well. You changed it into a system not knowing right from wrong, nor knowing wrong from right. Purposely, the Prog system did this, does this, and will continue to do this until dismantled. You Progs changed American culture into a crazy burqa of shame, causing blight, death, destruction, and always the creation of need for more idiocracy, idiot Mandarin leaders who are progressive program consuming all energy, life, time, money, and wisdom. Truly, progressivism is a Death Star machine, whereas liberty lovers are Jedi warriors, yet peaceful, loving statesmen and women. The history of liberty, a college president once said, is the history of intelligence. Ignorance is a prerequisite to slavery. The more ignorance, the more slavery. The purpose of progressive education is now known. Make rubes to enslave the nation. Full denunciation. Then enough of your foolishness. Your Prog philosophy sows the wind and reaps endless whirlwinds, which is its number one design feature. What we say is an obvious failure and reason for dropping like a hot potato. You say always is a feature to be admired, and that only you, the Gnostic Prog leaders, can maintain. Well, guess what? All your necromancy with crooked evil has only made us more strong, more resolute, more determined to make you vacate your posts of tyranny. Peacefully, if you see the wisdom to exit peacefully, but forceful we shall be if no wisdom is left in you to change your minds and leave gracefully the mess. Your philosophy always calls good, but is nevertheless always nothing but a mess. At core, do we hate you? Our corrupt, our crooked, our evil acting Prog leaders? No. We hate only the death, decline, philosophy you embrace. So unembrace it. You will change your mind. Ours, no. You are wrong in this important thing, and we are right. We believe in the awesome redemptive powers of the human spirit. No one is more tortured in soul than you. No one is more ready to forgive and forget what you Progs have done than we, the sane lovers of liberty. It is in your nature to fear, in ours to forgive, in your nature to call us hateful things and call us hateful, in our nature to reason and see the wisdom in charity, which is to say, the forgiveness that is love. Face it, as long as humans have existed on earth, one group overtly has enslaved the other. This is tribal control slavery. Then there has always been the second type of worldview, which must insist on enslaving others via mental shenanigans so that the slavery is more covert, more hidden. This is progressive control slavery. Abraham Lincoln called it towering genius. This group now runs the world, mostly. For over 100 years, progressives have achieved a hidden rebellion against the United States Constitution, against good minds understanding what they did. And this is the most important thing, against our government of, for, and by the people. But now these evil hidden rebellion days are over. Evil has been tried. It has been found wanting. Therefore, this evil, it will lose. And surely liberty will win. We the people shall regain, we shall restore, we shall return honest, local, state, and federal governance unto we the people. We are forever a skeptical people, knowing humankind is made with an unfixable design flaw of self-interest. Therefore, we check leaders' ability to do crooked deeds. We stop progressivism. We therefore, with one voice, disavow the horrid progressive lie that no proposition can be proved true, and the other lie, morals are relative. Nay, rather, we allege ourselves to the fact a republic can only be kept if its children are raised and taught to be A, generally intelligent, B, moral, and C, lovers of laws and the Constitution. This means the only public funds available to education shall be republic-keeping, which is to say 1776 tragic liberty in style, or straight-up Western Enlightenment. We pledge our lives, our treasure, our sacred honor to all stated herein. When the tyrant's boot is on our neck and he spits out the standard Prog dribble that morals are relative and no proposition can be proved true, we will prove ourselves great Americans and reverse positions because, God willing, we can do this thing and we shall be free. Give us liberty or death, but we shall not die, no, we shall live. When we, as time changes, allegorically put our boots on the necks of so many Prog tyrants, displaying the fine mercy of soul in Western Enlightenment warrior statesmen, we will say to these defeated Prog enslavement leaders, we will lift our victory boots from your necks, and we shall proclaim progressive hidden slavery is now banished, even as ball and chain enslavement was banished in the Civil War. It is your choice, Prog enslavers. Give up now or later. We love liberty. Liberty always wins, and liberty always loves. Once Western Enlightenment defeats its enslaving enemies, it does no genocide. It magnanimously keeps genocidal folk from power. As Americans, this is who we are. It is what we do. We fight for liberty, and we win. Uncontested, this is uncontested, you of the Borg Prog hive enslave all minds, and you make all minds worse. We of the great United States of America defeat Prog and tribal enslavers, and in so doing, change minds for the better. So says liberty, so says liberty now. To the enslavers of the world, whether tribal or progressive, external or internal to this nation, we hereby serve notice. The future is ours to choose. tribal slavery, progressive slavery, slavery, or liberty. We choose liberty. We pledge mutual allegiance to liberty's self-restraint civil society. Further, we will hold to account and disempower anyone attempting to revert our liberty system back to an overt tribal or covert progressive slavery system. We believe in liberty and only liberty for our civil society. In other words, we give no liberty for the enemies of liberty, progressive or tribal, to destroy liberty. We shall proactively vouchsafe our life, liberty, and happiness, what we know as peace. This is why we do what we do now, to confidently and humanely repair our world. We, the people, therefore, appealing to the supreme judge of the world for the rectitude of our intentions, do, in the name and by the authority of the good Constitution of the United States, the attendant Bill of Rights, and original 4th of July, 1776 Declaration of Independence, solemnly publish and declare that these United States are and of right ought to be free and independent states, that they are absolved from all allegiance to the progressive global agenda system, domestic and external, and that all political connection between them and the global progressive agenda system is and ought to be totally dissolved, and that as the free and independent states at some point by popular vote allege in upright legal manner to this cause, they shall have full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and to do all other acts and things which independent states may of right do. And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.